Namaste, namaste everyone. Good evening to everyone who joined this pre-conference run up to the Global Yoga Summit 2023 that's happening on 23rd and 24th of this month. Hope you all have registered for this event. Else, the link will be shared on this group chat very shortly. This session is brought to you by Spiritual Solution Center in association with Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga University of Americas, and Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research and Holistic Health Trust, led by Yogi Devraj Guruji. Today's topic is Medha Suktam for unlocking the brilliance within. Okay, so this is from Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda. What a title this has been, right? So we are all waiting to hear from the speaker. The speaker for the session is Acharya Smt Shubha Vengadakrishnan. So a brief introduction about Acharya Ji. Acharya Shubha Ji is a native Sanskrit speaker and a Sanskrit teacher. She learned Sanskrit from a very small age from her mother, who is a Sanskrit scholar, a retired professor and head of the Department of Sanskrit at the University of Mysore. In fact, Shubha Ji started learning Sanskrit when she was in her mother's womb. Isn't it interesting? Till date, she converses only in Sanskrit with her mother and sister. Though Shubha did her engineering, after 1 year at an IT company, she realized this is not what she wants to do in life. So she completed the MA. She leaves the company and then she completes the MA in Sanskrit from Karnataka Open University. Also, she completed MSc in Vedic Sciences from MIT IIKS Pune. She worked as a Sanskrit teacher at Akshar Center of Education, a Waldorf school in Chennai. Currently, she resides in Netherlands and runs her YouTube channel named Tattvam, where she shares valuable information about Sanskrit, Vedas, etc. She conducts structured online classes for adults and kids through her organization called Tattvam. She is working as a Sanskrita Acharya at Agastya Gurukulam and taking classes for their UK branch. She's also working as a Sanskrit teacher at Pokrama Foundation Academy, which is an NGO in Bihar, which provides high quality education for free to the kids of Pokrama village and surroundings. Okay, she takes online classes there. During the session, if you get any question, please post it in the chat, and depending on the time available, we'll try to get them answered. In the meanwhile, keep your notebook and pen handy for taking notes. Let's do a Siddhata Dhyana. Okay. Gently observe sit comfortably, gently observe your surroundings and close your eyes. Start observing your body from head to toe. Connect to your natural breathing. Focus on Anahata Chakra, that's the heart center, and take 2 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Relax. Now let's chant Omkara 3 times. Inhale, Om. Relax. Inhale again. Om. Relax. Inhale. Om. Relax. Feel the vibration in the body. Feel the energy that's passing through your body from head region. Let's pray to the universal energy. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Seek the blessings from the universal energy. Now let's invoke Guru energy, the master energy, in the form of light. Bow down and surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru and seek blessings. Let's chant Guru Stuti. Come to the Namaskara Mudra. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Seek blessings from the masters for the inner transformation related to today's topic, Medha Suktam. Request body, mind, emotion, Panchabhutas to bless us. Be in silence for about 10 seconds. Take deep breathing. Slowly rub your palms and put it on your eyes. Feel the warmth. Gently massage the face, then your arms, that body. Gently, with a big smile, open your eyes. Namaste. Good evening, everyone, again. Let's join our hands together to form the Namaste posture and welcome Acharya Shubhaji. Over to you, Shubhaji. You can please take over the session.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Suvardhanji, for the introduction. And I would like to first thank Spiritual Solution Center for giving me this opportunity. I also like to thank the Rotary Global Yoga and also Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research and Holistic Health Center. For them also, I would wish to express my gratitude. And also my special gratitude to Vishwanath Guruji and Gayatri Guruma, not just for giving this opportunity, but also for bringing a huge transformation in me back in 2015. And also I would like to express my gratitude to my mother, who gave me this treasure of Sanskritam. I will start with the Shanti Mantram. It is usually chanted before the Medha Suktam. So I will just chant that and then begin the session. Om Yaschandasam Rishabho Vishwarupah Chandobhyodhyamritaat Sambabhuva Samendro Medhaya Sprunotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Pihitaha Shrutam me gopaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in this session, I focus on the on understanding the meaning of Medha Sukta and not on the chanting part. So first, I'll tell you where you find the Medha Suktam in the whole corpus of Vedas. Where do we find Medha Suktam? Then we'll discuss the meaning of the word Medha, and then each mantra, the meaning of each mantra, and after that we will meditate upon the Medha Suktam. I will recite the Medha Suktam. That is the flow of this presentation. So here, Medha Suktam, we find this Medha Suktam in the Rig Veda and also in the Yajur Veda. In the Yajur Veda, we have the Krishna Yajur Veda, which is more popular in South India, and Shukla Yajur Veda, which is more in use in North India. But the Medha Suktam, which is very popular, is from the Krishna Yajur Veda. Today, what I am going to discuss with you is also from the Krishna Yajur Veda. Actually, the Rigvedic and the Yajurvedic Medha Suktam are same. Only thing, the Rigvedic Medha Suktam is little bit more bigger. It has 9 verses, whereas the Yajurvedic Medha Suktam has 6 verses. That is the only difference. All Vedas are divided into 4 divisions are there in each Veda. The first division, first is the Samhita part. It is the mantra part, where you get all the mantras. Next is the Brahmana part, which discusses the rituals, the procedure for the rituals. Like, what is the mantra to be recited while washing the feet? What is the mantra to be recited while washing the hands? All those details are mentioned in the Brahmana portion. Samhita and Brahmana are called the Karma Kandas. The Aranyaka portion has lot of upasanas, and also this is the it's a transition phase where you start turning inwards. Whatever rituals was being performed externally, the Aranyaka starts to see them internally within us, what is happening. And there is Medha Suktam is part of this Aranyaka, and it is part of this Mahanarayana Upanishad. The Mahanarayana Upanishad, which is in the Aranyaka portion, also tells how yajna is happening within us. So such things are described in the Aranyaka portion. And the last portion is the Upanishad portion. This is a completely Jnana Kandam, where questions such as, who am I? What is the purpose of life? What happens after death? All these questions are contemplated upon very deeply. So in my opinion, Medha Suktam is in the Aranyaka portion because to contemplate and to truly understand the answers for these questions, like who am I? What is the purpose of life? All this, to understand this, we need a very sharp intellect. So Medha Suktam prepares us to actually delve into and think deeply to find the answers to these questions. So that is why Medha Suktam is in the Aranyaka portion, in the preparation phase. Now we will see the meaning of this word, Medha. So Sanskrit is an inflectional language. That is, for each word is not named randomly. There is a purpose behind it. Like, for example, if you take fire, in English, we have only fire is the name for that. But in Sanskrit, for fire, we have 43 different names. Why do we have so many names for one thing? Because each name describes its property. Like, for example, Shushkaha is the name for fire because it has the property of drying up things. Vanhihi, Vahati, Vanhihi, because it takes the Havis from us to the Devatas. That was the belief. So Vanhihi is another name. So like that, we have 43 names. See, so every word in Sanskrit, if you analyze it, you will truly understand what it exactly is saying. Oh, before that, I'll tell you the Suktam. What is a Suktam? It is collection of mantras. And mantra is, if you analyze this word, it is mananat trayate iti mantra. That is, if you keep on contemplating upon it, it will rescue you from bondages. So that kind of a thing is the mantra. And Vedas, mainly they tell about yajnas. Vedahi yajnartham abhipravrittaha. It is mainly the yajnas. But yajna is not just putting things into the fire. That is one type of yajna. But there are also other types of yajnas like tapo yajna, jnana yajna. The Vedas themselves say this. You can either perform the yajna physically, or parallelly in many places you will see this ya evam veda. Even if you truly understand the meaning, that is also equivalent to performing a yajna physically, and it will give the same phalam, fruit, as what you get by doing the yajna physically. You will see this ya evam veda in many places. And now we will see the meaning of the word medha. One way of interpreting this word medha is matau dhiyate abhivyajyate iti medha. The wisdom that manifests in the intellect is medha. Abhivyajyate means manifests. Dhiyate means it holds. Medha is also retentive memory. That is also medha. The problem, what happens when we read English translation is they will just put medha as wisdom. But there are many other meanings for that word medha. It covers so many other things. That is why we need to try to understand the Sanskrit word actually. Another way of interpreting medha is me dharayati iti medha. Dharana Shakti is intense concentration. So much concentration that you become one with the object on which you're concentrating. So this Medha is that Dharana Shakti. Me is for me. She gives this Dharana for me. That is Medha. In our tradition, especially in the Vedanta studies, these three things are considered very important, but it applies to any other field. One is Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Shravanam is listening, then Mananam is contemplating upon what you have heard, and then Nididhyasanam. So for Shravanam also, you need very good Dharana Shakti, then only you will listen completely. And for Mananam, constantly contemplating on one thing, for that also you need very good Dharana Shakti. And the third happens automatically, Nididhyasanam, where you know that knowledge has become a part of you. You know it in your heart. There is no, it is a state where you know it without the need for words. The knowledge is there, but there is no need for words. You know it. That state is Nididhyasan. So the Medha also means that Dharana Shakti, that is also included in the Medha. And the third meaning is Medhate Sangachate Asyam iti Medha. That is, it is a place where you get conclusions. That a person may have lot of knowledge, lot of memory, everything, but if he's not able to conclude anything out of it, then it is of no use. So this is the place where conclusion is reached. Sangachate also means union, the place where union happens. What union? You will come to know at the end of this presentation. Now we will go into the mantras. Just a minute, I will drink some. So the first mantra, Om Medha Devi Jushamana na Agad Vishwachi Bhadra Sumanasya Mana Tvaya Jushta Nudamana Duruktan Brihadvadema Vidathe Suviraha. So this is the mantra. Now Anvaya means I have rearranged the words so that it is easy for you to understand the meaning. So here the main sentence is Medha Devi Naha Agat. That is, may Medha Devi come to us, or may Medha Devi manifest in us. And the remaining words which you see in between, they are adjectives to Medha Devi. So we'll see the what these words mean. Vishwachi. So one adjective to Vishwachi is Vishwam Vedyam Anchanti Vyapnuvanti. So these meanings I have taken from the commentary. When we read the Sanskrit commentary, then only we get the actual meaning of the word. So that is why I have taken it from there. So Vishwachi means one who has pervaded the whole world. That is one adjective for Medha Devi. That is, she is nothing but consciousness, which is pervading the whole world. Then Bhadra. Bhadra means Mangalam, auspicious. And Sumanasya Mana means Sanugraha Manoyukta. She is having the mind to bless. One thing is, when you read all these mantras and try to understand, you will notice that the rishis have this attention to detail. They will not just ask, give me medha, give me intellect. What kind of wisdom, what kind of medha they want, they will specify it very beautifully. So they're not asking for just give me intellect, because if I just have intellect, I can use it in any way. I can use it to create something. I can use the intellect to create bombs and destroy also. But we don't want that kind of medha. We want medha which is very wants to do good to everyone. Sanugraha manoyukta. That kind of medha we want. And Jushamana means blessingly. Blessingly you come to us. Another very outstanding feature of our rishis and their thinking is, they always, you'll see this word naha, meaning us. They will not say everywhere, they will not say give me. It is us. Even in the Gayatri mantra, dhiyo yo naha prachodayat. You ignite the dhi shakti in us. They include everyone. That is, I feel, that is the crux of Sanatana Dharma. It is, we think of all of us rather than just me. So this kind of Medha Devi come to us or manifest in us. That is what the first line says. Next, the second line is Tvaya Jushta Nudamana Duruktan Brihadvarema Vidathe Suviraha. So that the words that you see in bracket, they are inferred words. We have to make it out. It's not there in the mantra, but it is inferred. So what this is saying is, before you came to us, how were we? We were Duruktan Udamana. Duruktaha means bad words. So we were speaking bad words, finding fault in others. That kind of words we were speaking. But after you came and blessed us, how we have become? We have become Suviraha. We have become very good, energetic people, and we have become, that is, Suviraha includes this also, Shobhana Shaurya Yukta, Virya Yukta, Putradi Yuktaha. That is, we have become, we have good bravery, good energy, and also good children. With all this we have become. So Suviraha, we have become Suviraha means we are having all this now after having been blessed by you. And Vidathe means in the Sabha. Vidatha is a Sabha. In the Sabha, now we are speaking Uchritam, very high level words. Before we were only scolding and finding fault with others. But now after you have come, we are speaking high words like Vedadi Mahavakyani, those Vadema. Now we are speaking that kind of words. Now the second mantra. So this you can, most of you will be able to read the mantras, so I will not read it. We'll go to the Anvaya part. So this mantra says, Tvaya Jushtaha Rishihi Bhavati, Tvaya Jushtaha Brahma Bhavati, Tvaya Jushtaha Agatashrihi Bhavati, Tvaya Jushtaha Chitram Vasu Vindate, Medhe Sa Tadrishitvam Naha Dravino Jushaswa. I think some of you would have already understood what the mantra is telling. Simple sentences. So it is saying, one who is blessed by you, he becomes a rishi. Who is a rishi? Darshanat Rishihi. One who sees is a rishi. But everybody sees. Why he is called a rishi? Because Atindriya Darshi Rishihi. He sees things beyond what the senses can see. We perceive things only based on what our senses can perceive, but a rishi sees beyond that. So whoever is blessed by Medha Devi, or in whom Medha is manifesting, they start seeing things beyond the senses. Tvaya Jushtaha Brahma Bhavati. One who is blessed by you, he becomes the source, the Hiranyagarbha from where we all came. He becomes that. And Tvaya Jushtaha Agata Shrihi Bhavati. Shrihi is wealth. So one who is blessed by you becomes wealthy. And in the next line, they are saying what kind of wealth also. Whoever is blessed by you gets different various kinds of wealth. Chitram Vasu Vindate. So for Chitram, the commentary says Gavashva Hiranya Dhanyadikam. That is, in those days, cattle and horse were wealth, and Hiranya is gold, Dhanya grains, and etc. Different various kinds of wealth. So this kind of Medha Devi, hey Medhe, this kind of you, please come and bless us with the wealth, all these kind of wealth. So when we are praying, we should pray in a holistic way like this. Everything should be included. The next mantra. So till now, it was more like bhakti, but the actual jnana portion comes from here. This mantra says, Indraha me medham dadatu. Devi Saraswati me medham dadatu. Pushkarasraja ashvinau ubhau medham me adhattam. Just excuse me. Now, Indraha me medham dadatu. So the mantra says, may Indra give me medha. Why the mantra is praying to Indra? Now we should understand who Indra is actually. Again, for that, we will look into the meaning of the word Indra, the etymology of the word Indra, then it becomes easy. So, Nirukta's etymology, it is one of the 6 Vedangas. Vedas have to be studied along with the Vedangas, only then proper study happens. It is called Sangopanga Adhyayanam. That is what we should do. Because otherwise, in the Nirukta, Yaskacharya says, Vritra, there is a demon called Vritra. Aitihasika, those who study Purana, they will say Vritra is a demon. But an etymologist knows Vritra, what Vritra is actually. Vritra is nothing but a cloud. If you read it like a story, you will feel Vritra is one demon, and Indra with his weapon, which is thunderbolt, he killed the Vritra and Lokamangalam happened. But if you see the etymology, Vrinute iti Vritra, that which covers is Vritra. So cloud covers the water and Indra hits it with the thunderbolt and then the rain happens. So that is Lokamangalam. So if we look at the etymology, we understand truly what it is. So for Indra, the etymology is Indriyanam Raja Indraha. He is the Lord of the senses. We have 10 Indriyas, Pancha Jnanendriyas, which are Shrotram, Chakshuhu, Ghranam, Jihva, tongue, and Twak, skin, and 5 Karmendriyas, Vak, speech, Pani, hands, Padav, legs, Payu is the anus, and Upastha is the genitals. So Indra is the one who controls this. We have our Shastras also say Ekadasham cha Manaha. There is the 11th one, that is Manas. So, and the Manas is the one which controls everything. So Indra is nothing but our mind. Indra is the mind. Mind is only called Indra. So we are praying to the mind. Oh mind, give me Medha. The mind has the ability to do anything for us. When we ask for it, it will do it. I learned this from Vishwanath Guruji only, how to deal with the mind. If you want to know more, you contact Spiritual Solution Center, how to deal with the mind. Then the mantra says, Devi Saraswati me medham dadatu. We are praying to Devi Saraswati to give us medha. Again, we should understand who Saraswati is. If you see this word Saraswati, it has this vati ending. They are called pratyayas in Sanskrit. They are suffixes. There is a suffix called matu pratyaya. When we add matu pratyaya, it gives the meaning as one who possesses it. You would have heard this blessing, very common blessing, Saubhagyavati Bhava. So what we are, there also you see this Vati. Saubhagyavati is one who possesses all the Saubhagyas, all the prosperities. Saraswati is one who possesses the Saras. Saras means speech. She is Vagdevi, so one who possesses speech. But Saras also means flow. It is from the root word Sru, which means to flow. That is why the name of the river is Saraswati, because she possesses that flow. But why is the goddess named Saraswati? Because Saraswati is nothing but the flow of inspiration from a higher plane into this intellect. That is what Saraswati is. In the Vedas, in the Puranas, Saraswati is represented as wife of Brahma, but in the Vedas, it's not like that. In the Vedas, Saraswati is always accompanied by 2 more goddesses, Ila and Mahi. Ila is the goddess of revelation. So Saraswati always comes with them, with the 2 of them. Ila is the goddess of revelation. Revelation could be a solution to a problem. It could be an idea coming in your mind. It could be divine visions, all that come under revelations. And Mahi is the goddess of spaciousness. So for Saraswati to flow, there should be space in our mind. That is represented by Mahi. How do we create space in our mind? By reducing the thoughts. And how do we reduce thoughts? We have to do meditation and also work on our breath. Now, the next thing which the mantra says is, Pushkarasraja Ashvinau Ubhau Medham Me Adhattam. May the Ashwini Kumaras bless us with Medha. Again, who are these Ashwini Kumaras? In the Vedas or in any Sanskrit literature, always these Ashwini Kumaras are together. They are twins, and never you will see them addressed in singular. In all languages, there is singular and plural. In Sanskrit, we have singular, dual, and plural. These Ashwini Kumaras are always addressed in dual. So who are they actually? Any guesses? If you have, you can put in the chat. Ashwini Kumaras are nothing but our breath, inhalation and exhalation. In some places, I have read they are the nostrils, 2 nostrils, but they are the inhalation and exhalation. Another name for the Ashwini Devatas is Nasatyau or Dasrau. These are other names for them. If you take this word Nasatyau and if you split it, it is Na plus Asatyau. Satyam is truth, Asatyam is untruth, and Na Asatyam, double negation. So again, it is truth. Double negation is used to make the point even more stronger. So Nasatyau means they are always truthful. Emotions we can hide from other people, but the breath will never lie. So they represent truth. Nasatya can also be split this way. Nasa plus tya. They are born from the nose. So that is why Nasatya. And Dasrav means Dasyataha means they throw. What do they throw? Rogan Dasyataha. They throw diseases. So through our breath, we can throw unwanted things from the body. So that is another name for the Ashwini Kumaras. These two are said to, they bless us with health and also with energy and youth. There is a story in the Puranas where Chavana Rishi, he was blessed by these Ashwini Kumaras and he became a youth. That means to say that and that is why that Chavana Prash got the name, that name is from that story. So that means to say that the story says with our breath, we can remain youthful and energetic. So that is the power of breath. So here we are praying to the Ashwini Kumaras. So that third mantra, it addresses Indra for stable mind. It addresses Saraswati for stable intellect. And it addresses the Ashwini Kumaras for stable body. So whole thing is taken care of in this mantra. Now we'll go to the next mantra. It says, Apsarasu cha ya medha gandharveshu cha yanmanaha. So ya medha apsarasu vartate. Ya medha gandharveshu manaha vartate. Sa saraswati daivim surabhi medha bhutva mam jushatam. So we'll see about the first part. Ya medha apsarasu vartate. The medha which is in the apsara. The etymology of apsara is like this. Apsu nirmathanat utpanaha. They are born from the samudra mathanam. From that they were born. So they got this name. Another name, another etymology is apyante punya kritbhi. Those who have done lot of punya, they get them. So that is why they are called apsara. But what comes to your mind when I say apsara? It is the beauty. So how is that related to this mantra, you might be wondering? A person may be very knowledgeable, but if that person is not able to present his knowledge in a very appealing, a beautiful, interesting way, then nobody is ready to listen to the person. So we don't want that kind of dry medha. We want the medha which is in the apsaras with that aesthetic sense. An example I will give here is Kalidasa. He is a great poet. And his poetry is filled with so much beauty. So if you take the Shakuntalam, Dushyanta and Shakuntala, they meet for the first time. Then they part ways. Shakuntala goes with her friends. Dushyanta has to attend to his troop. He goes. But he just didn't say, he went to do his work, she went to do, they parted ways. He just didn't say like that. He says like this. They don't want to leave each other's company, but they had to go. They didn't want to, like how lovers, they don't want to leave, but they have to leave. So like that. That is the situation. In that scenario, how beautifully he puts it. His words, how beautifully he puts. He says, Dushyanta's body is moving front. Gachati puraha shariram. Behind it, Dhavati paschat asamstutam chetaha. His mind, with his jittery mind, is moving behind him. And he gives a comparison, like how the flag which is put on the chariot is moving forward. The flag, wind is blowing the opposite direction. Flag moves backward. Like forcefully, the chariot is pulling the flag. So he puts it so beautifully like this. This kind of aesthetic sense. This is called Alankara in Sanskritam, this kind of presentation. So Alankara is not just physically beautifying, but even if we speak, we can speak it very beautiful, arrange the words beautifully and speak. When we write something, we can write it in a very beautiful way. So that kind of medha we are asking. Then Gandharveshu cha yanmanaha. Ganani dharayanti iti Gandharvaha. Apsaras are celestial dancers. Gandharvas are celestial singers. They are holding the music, so they are called Gandharva. What is Gandha? It is Sangeeta Vadyadi Janitam Pramodam. The joy you get by listening to the music. That is Gandha. What is the main, like, Apsaras represent beauty, that aesthetic sense. And what does Gandharvas represent? In music, the bhava is very important. The feeling, that passion with which you sing, that is very important. It is important in dance also, but in music, it is very prominent. In dance, the appearance, the movement of limbs, all that plays an important role. But music, the bhava is very important, with the feeling, with the passion with which you do anything. So we want medha, which is filled with the bhava. So for this, the example would be Swami Vivekananda. He's extremely wise person, lot of wisdom, lot of knowledge. But he also had the bhava. So the simple words, brothers and sisters of America, normal words they are. But he told it with such feelings that it touched everyone's heart. So we want that kind of medha. So when the medha is filled with this bhava and saundarya, it becomes surabhi medha. Surabhi means fragrance. Shobhana Gandha is Surabhi. So it becomes a fragrant medha. Why the rishis are giving this kind of or this kind of an adjective for medha, the fragrant medha? Because fragrance, it just spreads. You cannot conceal it. Even if you keep something which is very fragrant in a box, the fragrance will spread. And suppose a person is wearing a nice perfume and he just passes by. Wow, you also enjoy that fragrance. So it gives joy to the person who has it and also to other people. So we want that kind of medha. That is what the mantra says. And then the next mantra is here, Medha Devi Surabhihi. Again, this mantra is calling. Am Ajushantam. You bless me. It is telling to Medha Devi. And all other words in between are adjectives to that Medha Devi. What kind of Medha Devi? Surabhi we already saw. Vishwarupa, she is one whose manifestation is the whole world. Vishwameva Asyaha Rupam. And she is Hiranya Varna. She is having that luster of gold. If you see the etymology of this word Hiranyam, Hitam cha Ramaniyam cha, it is for our well-being and it is also very pleasing. That is Hiranyam. So she is having that kind of a luster. Then Jagati Jagamya, she is everywhere. There is no place without her. Urjaswati, she is the form of energy. Shakti Swarupa she is. And Payasa Pinvamana. Payas is milk. Pinvamana means Poshayamana. She is nourishing us with milk. What kind of milk? Jnanamritena. With the milk of knowledge, she is nourishing us. And Supratika, she is very beautiful. This kind of medha, please come and bless me. That is what this mantra says. And this is the last mantra. It is Mayi Medham, Mayi Prajam, Mayi Agnis Tejo Dadat. If we see the Anvaya, first one is to the Agni. Agni, Mayi Medham, that is, Medha includes wisdom, intellect, Dharana Shakti, memory, everything is included in Medha. Hey Agni, give me Medha, Praja is progeny, and Tejaha. Hey Indra, give me Medha, Praja, and Indriya. Hey Surya, give me Medha, Praja, and Bhraja. What are these? We will see. So, again, Yaskacharya in the Nirukta says, Tisro vai Devataha. Devatas are classified into three levels. One is the Prithvi Sthaniyaha, which are on earth, Antariksha Sthaniya in the atmospheric level, and Dyusthaniyaha, heavenly. So Agni is the fire on the earth. It also includes the Jataragni, the digestive fire. The same fire element in the atmosphere is the lightning, Vidyut. And Indra's weapon is Vidyut. He holds the thunderbolt. And the heavenly fire is the sun. This is what is represented by Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, and Swaha. And this also represents the three Shariras, Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. Agni, the terrestrial fire, represents the Sthula Shariram. And Manas, again, Indra's thunderbolt, that is what it represents. So that represents the Sukshma Shariram. And the sun represents the Karana Shariram. That is the inner bliss. That is the Karana Shariram. So if you see we have the Pancha Kosha. Many of you must be aware of that. The Annamaya Kosha comes under the Sthula Shariram. So in the mantra, Agni is addressed. He's taking care of the Sthula Shariram. And Indra is addressed in the second line. He takes care of the Sukshma Shariram, which includes the Prana, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, mind, and also the intellect. And then we are addressing Surya. He takes care of the Karana Sharira, that inner, that bliss which is there within us. In fact, in Jyotisha, Surya is called Atma Karaka. He represents the soul within us. So Yadyat Brahmande Tattat Pinnande. Whatever you see outside is within us. So you see that external Surya there. That Surya is within you in that blissful, that soul which is there in all of us. That is the Surya within us. So here the mantra says, Hey Agni, give me Medha, Praja, and Tejas. Tejas is the Dehaja Kantihi, that luster of the body. When will the body be shining and lustrous? When we have good health. And also, they are all related. Mind also should be in good condition. Then only that Tejas will come. And then we are praying to Indra to give us Medha, Praja, and Indriya. So the Indriya are the sense organs. And we are praying to him because he is the Lord of all senses. Here, even the Manas, Prana, all are included in this. And then we are praying to Surya to give Medha, Praja, and Bhrajaha. Bhrajaha also means that luster, shine like Tejaha, but there is a difference. Bhraja is very powerful. Bharjanat Bhrajaha. Bharjanam means in Sanskrit to roast. So what happens when we roast something? The unwanted moisture, dust, everything gets burnt. So in our case, we are asking the inner Surya to roast away, to remove the moisture of ahankara, mamakara, all those, to burn it away. So that is why the word Bhrajaha is used here. So in this mantra, we are the Rishi is saying, bless us with good physical health and Laukika Prajna, because Agni is the fire of this loka. So the Laukika Prajna, that is being addressed. Then the emotional and the psychological aspects are addressed by calling upon Indra. And then the inner blissful state of the soul, that is addressed by calling upon Surya. So when we want that inner bliss to shine so brightly that all unwanted things get burnt away. And then the Mula Avidya, the Mula Avidya is the ignorance which is causing this birth again and again. That also will be burnt when this inner Surya shines very brightly. When this happens, what happens? The union of Jivatma and Paramatma happens. And that is what I told you in the beginning, this etymology of Medha, Medhate Sangachate. In her, the union happens. So finally, the union of Jivatma and Paramatma happens at the where it happens, that is called Medha. So that is another. So Medha covers there are various levels of meanings to this one word Medha. It means general intellect, intelligence at a very gross level. It means very good inner intelligence, psychological and emotional intelligence at a much deeper level. And it also means spiritual intelligence at a very deep level. So everything is covered in this one word Medha, and Medha Suktam is addressing all these aspects of a human's life. So with this, I conclude my talk, but I will just recite the Medha Suktam. All of you can just close your eyes. Now that we have discussed the meaning in detail, you can just try to recap the meaning, or you can feel the Medha energy getting manifested or activated in you, or you can even visualize the goddess in front of you and connect with her, whatever you feel like doing. So let us all close our eyes. Om Medha Devi Jushamana na agad Vishwachi Bhadra Sumanasya Mana Tvaya Jushta Nudamana Duruktan Brihadvadema Vidathe Suviraha Tvaya Jushta Rishirбhavati Devi Tvaya Brahma Gata Shri Rutatvaya Tvaya Jushtaschitram Vindate Vasusano Jushasvadravino Namedhe Medham Ma Indro Dadatu Medham Devi Saraswati Medham Me Ashvina Ubhava Dhattam Pushkarasraja Apsarasu Chaya Medha Gandharveshu Chayanmanaha Daivim Medha Saraswati Samam Medha Surabhirjushatag Swaha Ama Medha Surabhir Vishwarupa Hiranyavarna Jagati Jagamya Urjaswati Payasa Pinvamana Sama Medha Supratika Jushantam Mayi Medham Mayi Prajam Mayi Agnistejo Dadhatu Mayi Medham Mayi Prajam Mayi Indra Indriyam Dadhatu Mayi Medham Mayi Prajam Mayi Suryo Bhrajo Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am
Thank
done
you.
with the.
Thank you, Acharya ji. Wonderful explanation, and then the journey that you took us through. So there are few comments as well as questions. We could take in a few of them. Subramanya ji, okay. Subbayamma ji, okay. Nagubdi, okay. So he says, Shubha, you're an Apsara. Excellent commentary. Excellent. No.
Thank you.
Can Sundarji, he says, can everyone practice Medha mantras? Medha mantras.
Yes. But learn it from a person who will be teaching with the proper swaras, because in Vedic recitation, the swaras have a lot of impact. They will change the meaning. And also the pronunciation also, try to get it from a proper person, because if you see, take the word Medha, if you just say Medha, it means fat, the fat in the body. But the Mahaprana Medha only is what we discussed today. So from a proper person under proper guidance, anybody can learn and recite.
Okay. Meeta ji says, Shubha Mahodaya, can you teach the Medha Suktas? I think, you already taught us both the explanation as well as the recitation part. I think, we can take it and then, take it forward.
Yes.
Prakash ji says, how is Medha related to health? I've heard that when speech problems with children, they should recite this. This is understandable. But how does this transcend to health? Is the question from Prakash.
If you see the mantra, the Medha Sukta mantras, it addressed Ashwini Devatas also for health. And Indra, all aspects were addressed. Agni, all that was actually addressed in the mantra. So it's a prayer, because Medha, for Medha to be for having very good Medha, good physical health is also necessary. So that is why the Medha Suktam has addressed all, even the good health aspect.
Okay. Krishna Kumar ji says, splendid. Okay. Jayatri ji says, ma'am, when should we recite this mantra? So is there any specific time that we should invoke?
Morning, because when I was doing research on this, each thing I was studying deeply. So when I was reading about the Ashwini Kumaras, many places in the Vedas it is said morning, they should be, their upasana should be done in the morning. If it is done in the night, no phala for that. Maybe somebody who is expert in pranayama, maybe they can confirm if pranayama doing in the night has benefits or not. That is, I'm not an expert in that field. So, but that is for because Ashwinis are also there in the mantra. And I read that the earlier the better. That kind of mention was also made. So, because they are also part of this mantra, I would suggest to recite it in the morning.
Okay. Thank you. Deepti ji says, beyond excellence. Thank you, Shubha, madam. Okay. Okay. So Prakash ji says, there is final shloka like Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe. I think, this is something that you can touch upon, whether should we conclude with this or the one that you just recited.
You can add that Hamsa Gayatri, you can add it, but that is not exactly part of the Medha Suktam. What I discussed is the actual Medha Suktam. Those are later additions.
Okay. Okay. So Deepti says, I've been listening to Medha Suktam especially before starting my studies. Is that okay? So I have a similar question in my thought as well. So since this session is, we are calling this as unlocking the brilliance within. I'm sure, while teaching kids, you would have actually, you would start with these things. What are the transformations that you have come across in children after initiation into this mantra?
Uh, Actually, I have not taught children this.
Okay.
But I have been, my mother taught me this Medha Suktam when I was in school. I was very bad in maths, but after I started Medha Suktam, I became very good in maths. I was getting really good, 100% marks I
Wow.
was getting. I became my maths teacher's pet student. So
Wow.
that was in my own journey. And
Okay.
yesterday, what happened? One of my students, he lives in Canada. I don't know if
Okay.
he's here, Nagarajan Mohan. If he's here, maybe he can. He sent me. He's teaching Medha Suktam to the kids there. He has a trust. He's been teaching them the Medha Suktam there, and he told me that he has seen lot of difference in the kids. The way they are speaking, the way they are thinking, everything, it has gone very high. And that is what he sent me a message yesterday.
Okay. Okay. So we'll take one last question from Ramya ji. She says, if the student cannot recite, can the parent learn and recite the mantra on child's behalf?
Yes, yes. There is this AstroVed site. I read it on their website that even the mother, if the mother recites the Medha Suktam, then it helps in developing wisdom and intellect of the child.
Okay. Very, 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 very insightful, Shivaji. I think, now I would like to hand the session over to Sri Vishwanath Guruji for a few words and announcements.
Namaste, Shubha Sanjay, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm happy to see Shubhaji is taking this Sanskrit journey to the next level. As she said, we met in 2015. From then onwards, I'm seeing she is exceptionally taking this knowledge to the next level. Great, congratulations, Shubhaji.
Thank you, Guruji.
And she was telling, actually, she didn't, when we started Gnanopadesham, I hope you remember, Shubha. We started in Bangalore. That time she was there in Bangalore. In fact, Shubhaji came to our center and she taught Medha Suktam to Gnanopadesham students. So then onwards, it was continuously, I started telling all the students, connect to Medha Suktam. If at all you want to change your mind power, brain power, connect to Medha Suktam. Start reciting, start chanting Medha Suktam. Yeah, that is what actually I wanted to bring. When Guru Maha asked me what topic Shubha has to speak, I said Medha Suktam. She has to talk about Medha Suktam because our Sanatana Dharma, our culture has given various ideas, various dimensions, how to take our life, how to transform our life. The very Medha Suktam, how she explained, if you start chanting that, if you start going through that, there is so much of information to learn from this, right? So this is indeed, it was a great session. Global Yoga Summit is meant for such gathering of knowledge, wisdom, and we definitely want to see you all to be there on Global Yoga Summit 2023. So, connected to this, we started pre-conferences. We are keep going doing the pre-conferences connected to different versions of Mano Yoga. So this particular chanting will transform our mind. It will transform our DNA. It will transform our cells also. So once we start chanting, automatically the vibration, the information, it will be connected to the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind will have a detailed information, anything on this earth or anything on this universe. The moment you start chanting, it knows how to collect that information. It's like this. When you want something, if you start thinking about it, it will just appear in front of you. The same way, when you start chanting this, in that so many information is there. Shubhaji told very nicely. It is not just asking the goddess that I need this intellect. No, why I need that intellect and how I define that intellect and how I can use that intellect power. Right? It's not just intellect, it's intelligence actually. Okay. So how do I use that? So everything is there. Once the subconscious mind connects to each and every information in that, it will immediately connect to the source of it. And that source is going to change the whole idea of thinking. Thinking pattern will change. Feeling patterns will change. So once these two changes, karmic pattern will change. So that's how it is. So a lot to learn from such wonderful mantras. So what we are already the discussion is going on behalf of Spiritual Solution Center and University. Would like to bring Samskrita classes, and definitely Shubhaji will be. We have already spoken to Shubhaji about that. Guruma has already discussed, so we are going to hold that. And also, we want to conduct a special program for students on Medha Suktam if Shubhaji is okay with that. Okay, definitely we would like to come with that. And every parent has to learn this, and also they have to teach their children. That's what I feel, right? So connecting to Global Yoga. Global Yoga is summit is happening on December 23rd and 24th. It's an amazing union. As you know, yoga is a union of knowledgeful person, wisdomful person, and also sadhakas. Actually, any program which it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the inauguration, and after that, all the discussion and masters will start talking. But Global Yoga Summit is setting a new step in this. It is coming up with a very beautiful idea of starting with Agnihotra and Veda Gosti early morning at 5:30. So the program begins early morning 5:30. It's not at 9 o'clock. So from then onwards, a lot of sadhakas will be there, yogis will be there. They'll be imparting the great knowledge and wisdom of our Indic science and Indic culture. So I request each one of you to be there as a part of Global Yoga Summit, and whoever is attending from the other part of the world. Actually, it is happening in Bangalore, Palace Ground. So if at all the people who want to attend from the globe, other part of India, kindly you can join through online. So there is an option actually, you can definitely join through an online Global Yoga Summit connectivity, right? So for more information, do contact Spiritual Solution Center, and we are here to provide many more ideas, many more knowledge. At the same time, as Shubhaji was telling, we are into Mano Yoga. So Mano Yoga is an ocean of many practices. So one such program is going to happening tomorrow at our center. That is Train Your Mind. How you can tame and tune and redesign your mindset. That is the program which is happening tomorrow at our center, Spiritual Solution Center. So I am so happy to see participants who is eagerly they were experiencing Medha Suktam. They are so happily enjoying that. I could see that, I could feel that vibes. And it has to go on, right? So, dear friends, dear souls, divine souls, kindly be with this divine journey of learning our ancient culture, ancient science. Thank you so much, and do come for Global Yoga Summit 2023. So over to Suvardanji. God bless you, Shubha.
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Guruji, for those kind words and then all inspiring words. It's time to pay our gratitude to Shubhaji, Acharya Shubhaji, for taking us through this wonderful science which is embedded within the Vedas. And thank you all the participants who joined this session with beautiful questions. Time to pay gratitude. Spiritual Solution Center, who organized this event in association with Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga, Yoga University of Americas, and Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research and Holistic Health Trust, led by Yogi Devraj Guruji. So it's also a time to pay gratitude to all the gurus who made it possible, in their divine presence. Thank you, Universal Energy. Thank you, Panchabhutas, Panchatatvas. Thank you, parents. Thank you for the existence, soul energy, and thank you for all the organizations for coming together for this beautiful session. So we'll conclude with the Shanti Mantra with another, mantra from the Yajurveda. You can gently close your eyes. Om Dyoh Shantihi Antarikshagam Shantihi Prithivi Shantihi Apah Shantihi Oshadhaya Shantihi Vanaspataya Shantihi Vishve Devah Shantihi Brahma Shantihi Sarvagam Shantihi Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantiredhi. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Namaste, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.